up, virtual people? Welcome to episode 24 of Fandom Spotlite's VCR Redux, where we take your favorite franchises out of the analog era and bring them back to 2021. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, soon to be joined, that is, by my co-host with the most, film professor Ian Klink, is running a little bit late, but he will be here very soon. We also have two radical guests on the show tonight. First up, our own honorary third host with the most, from Rick Barth on the line. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Mickey Torres is on the show.
What's up, everyone?
And rounding out this righteous crew, coming all the way from the West Coast, he's one of the brilliant minds behind Retro Fiend Radio, makers of some of the finest canon films and martial arts documentaries on the internet, including The Making of Avenging Force with Sam Furstenberg, From Brooklyn Punk to Hollywood Ninja with Stephen Lambert, and the newly released Crew Stories with Jonathan Wolfe. Dustin Nino is on the show.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming back. I am the biggest Retro Fiend fanboy out there, so I'm always honored to talk shop with you guys. And today we are here with some good tunes, some fine new wheels, and a total disregard for public safety. The time has come to dust off the Wolfmobile for more handstands in front of Howard's Hardware. That's right, it's Teen Wolf time. But before we can figure out a way to turn these lone wolves into teammates, we need to talk about how Teen Wolf came into our lives and what we love about it. We'll start with Dustin, but that also goes for you guys watching at home. Hit us up in the live chat with your Teen Wolf tales. So, Dustin, first time with Teen Wolf. We talking VHS, theaters, tape? What do we got here? Cable?
It was probably a VHS tape at the rental store, or it was on cable. I think I rented it, though. That and Teen Wolf 2, I'm pretty sure I rented from the video store probably a million times. And then obviously whenever it was on TV, we would just watch it. You know, it's just one of those things that I really enjoyed. My sister enjoyed. We would just laugh our asses off. I enjoyed it personally. I'll say it right now more than the other 85 movie that year, which was Back to the Future. I thought that Teen Wolf was just hilarious. It cracked me up. I was young when it came out, or when I saw it. I don't think I saw it in 85, obviously. I was probably like 3, so probably around 89 something when I was younger, when it was making the circulation on VHS. But yeah, I just was, it was super funny. And just whenever it was on, you'd watch.
Oh, for sure. Mickey, your first time with Teen Wolf, you remember?
Teen Wolf, the first one was definitely HBO. I just remember
why would I even ask?
Yeah.
Of course it's HBO. It's always HBO with you, and I love that about you.
It was HBO. The second one, though, I do remember renting. But I do remember also seeing it on USA Up All Night a lot.
Yes, USA Up All Night for life.
Yeah.
There he is, coming in with a bang in his favorite show, USA Up All Night. Film professor Ian Klink. Thank you so much,
hello,
buddy.
Everybody. Sorry about that. I had a pretty interesting emergency there. I was helping somebody out. So I'm here, though. I'm here.
You are a humanitarian on top of all your great work and contributions to pop culture as well.
Hey, you know what? Some people get statues. I get Taco Bell. What do you want?
I'd rather take the Taco Bell, my friend. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You could ferment in the seasoning of Taco Bell. Do you remember your first time watching Teen Wolf, my man? We talking cable, rental?
Listen, we're talking about recorded VHS to VHS. Mom and Dad rented the video, put Teen Wolf on, and I believe that tape was either in the middle or was followed by a movie called Creator starring Peter O'Toole.
Wow.
And Mariel Hemingway.
What in the mixtape?
Not mistaken. Mom might be watching the show. Mom, if that's true, I don't know. But I do remember those two movies kind of interconnecting with each other. Do y'all know Creator?
I do not know Creator.
No, I have not seen it, no.
But it just sounds like it does not belong anywhere near, even in the same store as Teen Wolf.
It belongs in the annals of America. Okay, that's where this movie is. But I remember, Teen Wolf was one of those movies, and I will say this, and I know I was going to bring it up later, but I'll just say it now. Teen Wolf is one. I have a certain amount of movies that have an 80s look to it, and what I love is that 80s VHS recorded look that even when I watch it today, if I watch it on Blu-ray, if I watch it on anything, I hate it. Because I want my scratches, I want my scrapes,
the grain.
I want my dirtiness. Like I want that dirty filter of a VHS tape that you've watched 80 times, and that's the only way I like.
We have a word for that at Retro Fiend Radio.
What is that?
It's called retro patina. That's what you want on it.
The filter.
That's a beautiful word.
I want that. That's what I want. I want that on my. I don't want something to look live on my TV. I want. What is it? Retro
patina.
Retro patina.
Retro patina. That's what I want. I want that on my TV. Boom.
I can appreciate that. I want the organic version of that though. Like I want like a Blu-ray that still has like the scratches and the spots.
Oh,
and the
like an option
and stuff.
Yeah,
like
the
like
Ghostbusters.
I want the grain in high def. Like that's where
They should give you the option, like a VHS rip on there. That's made for TV. Actually. That's panned and scanned or whatever. Give you that option too to watch.
That would be version as well because it would only take up like
the one you grew up with.
Yeah,
1 gig on a 100 gigabyte disc.
Right,
new 4K discs. I just heard, by the way, total sidebar news update. The entire Karate Kid trilogy is coming out on 4K this summer. Part 1 and 2 are going to have deleted scenes. Part 3 has no special features and is completely disrespected, but the other two have deleted scenes and new special features. So we can all look forward to that.
Wow.
I do want to touch on the chat because I just took us way off topic.
I only say that because I know that is like Chris's like macaroni and cheese. If he does not have like anything of Karate Kid, like in a weekly basis, Chris goes cranky. Right.
Yeah, I do need it. Thank God there was a new Cobra Kai trailer that came out. But getting back to the chat, there are already some stories out here. Alex Bonafante, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Says, "Give me a keg of beer." One of the great quotes of the 80s and just of Michael J. Fox's career. Like I feel like that's just
with the cool little like condoms and the just kind of bubbling on his forehead.
I think that might have been the second Teen Wolf 2 when he's asking, "I want to change classes."
Yeah, that's when the bubbling's coming. Yeah,
Teen Wolf totally not. Also, we better talk about that.
It should have been, we'll get to that eventually, but he should have been like, buying drugs or something and like, give me an eighth of weed. Because that's more like what happens in college, you know what I mean? Or something, change classes. Come on. Like, I know they have to make it family friendly and stuff. But also in the chat, our good friend Angie Chandra says, "Hi guys, Angie is a mashup genius." What up, Angie? Thank you so much for tuning in. Always great to see your name up there in the chat. Alex Bonafante says also Teen Wolf 3, hair in even stranger places. He's already getting to the pitches. A little bit ahead of schedule, my man. We will get there. I love it. He also says Ian is box truck surfing, and that's why he was late. He also
Wait, what? Say it again.
He says you were box truck surfing. I can't speak today. You were box truck surfing, and that's why you were late today.
I wish.
Box truck surfing sounds like fun.
I could never listen to Beach Boys without thinking of this movie.
It was catching the waves.
Matt Adler says on the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and justly so, that there are a lot of people who this movie was their entry point to the Beach Boys, and I think myself included. Either this or Look Who's Talking. But he also says he snuck into the theaters first time and he saw it, the ending. He snuck into the theater and saw the ending with no wolf. So it must have been a very confusing time.
Wait a minute.
So think about that. You sneak into the end of the movie and it's like about basketball.
So you went to the end of the movie with the scene that everybody wants to see in Teen Wolf, the infamous ending. That's all you saw.
The unzipped trousers. Which is actually a woman, by the way. It's not a man.
You don't. It's a total myth. You don't see anything other than the trousers are unzipped and they zip up real quick.
It's actually looks like it's like t-shirt that was tucked into the trousers or some kind. It looks like so funny, but
we'll never know unless we get to talk to that actor.
That particular extra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
extra.
genius extra.
Well,
Sometimes
I
extras
read-
can make a difference.
I read that it was a woman, actually. If you
It was.
watch the pan and scan version or the unpan and
Yeah.
scan version, I can't remember which one it is.
The
Someone
you
crop
know, call it the
version or
full
something.
frame. A lot of movies are shot open matte like that, so they're actually shot in
Right.
square and then cropped for widescreen. Teen
Right.
Wolf
So
was one of
of
them.
those versions. I'm not sure which one it was, but apparently I read that it was a girl.
It's
and
true.
I don't know. She had.
They debunk
Is
it
that
on the
true?
new
Okay,
Blu-ray.
Right.
The
Okay.
Scream Factory Blu-ray. They show you the open matte version, like it's not what you think it is at all, and it's a girl, and she does have her
That's
shit
funny.
completely like undone, like you know, for whatever reason. Maybe her pants were too tight, she couldn't sit in them. That was the thing in the 80s.
If you eat a lot of Taco Bell, sometimes you got to open up your pants if you're sitting down, right?
just
so
the
you
heat
have-
Right.
alone,
Well, plus-
you just gotta vent the heat, you know,
Yeah,
from
or
the
if you
bell.
If you
Well,
slid out that nice
Plus,
little
if it's
fart,
wardrobe. Yeah. I was going to say, if it's wardrobe, it never fits.
That's
oh,
true.
never,
So-
never.
Yeah.
Put on that
That's
tight,
true.
you know, it'll work. Just tighten up real quick. Roll.
Yeah. So also in the chat, Angie Saunders says first time she watched it VHS, never saw it in the theaters. Our good friends over at Retro Fiend Radio saw this at the drive-in with my mom. That would be Mr. Christian Smock. Asked Dustin about
Happy
Stiles
birthday.
in real life.
Yeah, happy
that's right.
birthday.
We wanted to wish a very special happy birthday to you, sir, because
That's
we
right,
are so
buddy.
stoked for you, and we are all your biggest fans. So hope you're having a great time, my man. Alex Bonafonte rejoices in the chat that Ian lives.
Hey, sorry. I'm
Um,
here, I promise.
And Retro Fiend also says creator is such a turd. I kind of like it though.
See, I'm not. You. First off,
This is why
I knew Christian saw that. I was like, he's probably seen it.
that is Christian. That's a good movie. Peter O'Toole tries in every movie he's in.
Peter
I don't wanna hear it.
O'Toole.
Alex
Peter
Bonafante-
O'Toole.
Alex Bonafonte also loves the retro patina thing and to hide some dated special effects.
Dustin, you better copyright that.
Retro patina
Can
is
I,
happening in the chat
what-
right now.
Can I NFT that or something? Is that what the kids are doing to make money?
That's
Yeah.
what they're
You
doing.
could. I don't know how much you would
Yeah.
get, but you could
God.
do it.
I'd buy that for $1.
Then you're not getting
Well, if I get a
NFT.
million give me a million Ians, we're golden.
Yeah.
And
We're all
in the
going
chat,
somewhere.
I'm sorry. One last little piece of the chat, and then we're all caught up. Mike Saunders says it's wild. He didn't know it was a woman. Glad we could educate someone out there. Mike is, of course, the other half of the Mike and Angie Saunders mashup duo. Always stoked to see your guys' names pop up in the chat. And Retro Fiend is happy about the birthday wishes. Anytime, my man. We're honored that you would want to watch us on your birthday.
Yeah, man.
You gotta
Happy
watch some of
birthday,
your
buddy.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. So getting back to Teen Wolf, my first time, this is one of those movies that's actually kind of blurred. Like I have a memory of seeing it a little bit on, I guess, cable in the 80s, like channel surfing, and then I think I watched it from like the dance fight on. And I was like, okay, like I think I get it. But then I'd like years go by and your memories, you're a toddler. And then I think I saw Teen Wolf 2. The dance fight. What else do you call it? I mean, like what?
Oh,
The,
I mean, the thriller movie?
the fashion show, the tearing of the shirt scene. I mean, the dance fight. I don't know. He fights Mick. He just gets his shirt. Like, you know, it's like a 90210 fight. It's like, who's wearing the uglier fucking clothes right now? You are. God damn
Who
it.
has the longer sideburns?
Yeah. My eye button all the way to the top button. God damn it. That's my thing. You're not allowed to do it too. I'm just
That
not
scene
into
never made
movies.
sense to me as a kid, though. I was like, "You're a wolf. Kick his ass. What are you running away for?"
So here's an interesting fact of Teen
Yeah.
Wolf. Teen Wolf has a deleted scene that only airs on TV, and probably what you guys saw on USA Up All Night, because that's where I remember seeing this television scene. Movies sometimes would have scenes that are added back in only for the TV cut to pad the runtime to be an exact length, which is an interesting technique. But So there's a scene in between the dance and him going to school saying he's never going to be the wolf again, where he sits down on the porch, like in the dance clothes. It's clearly right after the dance, talks to his dad, has a heart to heart. He's like, I really could have hurt that guy tonight, Dad. And he's like, you'll get a hold of it, son. Like, I know you'll do the right thing. And it kind of like, okay, why that's why he doesn't want to be the wolf anymore. But that scene's not on the Blu-ray. There's no deleted scene thing. Like, it pisses me off because I want that scene in high def. I want it in 4K, damn it. With the retro patina,
man,
with authentic grain. Man.
That might have been on the VHS.
No, it was not on VHS.
Okay,
no.
I remember the scene, but yeah.
I have a knack and an eye for deleted shit. Like, you're giving me more Teen Wolf, I'm gonna tune in.
Years. That took all these years. I finally got the answer, man. I'm just like, wow. I wasn't expecting an answer to that question, but Jesus, Stiles, you're the man.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, that scene. You thought that scene was over basically with the dad Harold confronting Thorne. So like, so that's where it cut off there, and then he goes like, oh, go home, Scott.
But it's like it's really the missing piece to this movie, and I love Teen Wolf. I think it's a near perfect film. I think it would be a perfect film if they put that scene back in. It's always really bugged me. I mean, it's literally like a fucking 30-second glue part.
I mean, that's what leads him to not be the wolf when he plays the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't see the decision. Makes sense. And you don't see the, it's weird. You just don't see him make that change, like seeing people change is kind of like what movies are all about, character arcs and whatever.
But I'm sure, I think from a writer's perspective, I think maybe they thought against it because they say like, well, this movie's about like a teen wolf and his struggles and like him growing up and becoming his own man or whatever like that, or like being one with this change. Let's let him figure this out versus having an adult or like or somebody tell him like, hey, you'll get this together, whatever the case may be. Just let him figure it out on his own. I think they just chose to ride with that.
I mean, I don't know. I just disagree with that decision personally. I'm sure it was what I bet it was in theaters. I bet it was, if we take this thing out, we can get this movie one less reel, and it'll reduce our shipping costs by 20%. Yeah. Obviously, we need this to be 80 fucking 8 minutes. But
I'll tell you, it kind of worked though with him and the dad showing up, because that's a version I remember of VHS was the dad showing up.
The dad scares the principal, and that's still there on USA.
Yeah,
but
it's
they
still
also
there,
have this next scene that I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to harp too much on the one deleted scene. You can watch it. You can, by the way. Oh, I was just gonna say, you can watch these scenes on YouTube, guys. They are available on YouTube. Yeah. The Teen Wolf television scenes. If you YouTube search that.
By the way, before we forget, this movie was co-written by Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb
was the former president of Marvel. He's he was in charge of producing like Smallville and so many different things. I just didn't even realize, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, Jeff Loeb co-wrote both of these movies.
And Rod Daniel and Rod Daniel was a great director in his own right. He would later go on to give us movies like Beethoven and I'm drawing a blank on some of the others, but I know Rod Daniel did a couple like solid movies. No Oscar winners, of course, but hey, it's hard to make a movie about a dog work,
like Father Like Son.
Oh, like Father Like Son is a great one. That's right.
Great 80s. He did K9 with James Belushi, The Super with Pesci. Beethoven second. You know what's weird is I didn't even know. I looked him up and I didn't even know he did Home Alone 4. I didn't know Home Alone 4 existed.
God,
And then he did a movie called Home Alone 4, and I was like, "There's a Home Alone 4." All right.
Yeah, everything. Home Alone.
Strange.
It just kills me that we didn't get Home Alone 3, Escape from New York, ultra violent, futuristic sci-fi movie. But at any rate, there is something in the chat that I think everyone's going to find incredibly interesting. New name Maximus Prime, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Says there was gonna be a Teen Wolf 3 with a girl as the wolf, but when Alyssa Milano dropped out, they rewrote it as Teen Witch. My God, I wish we got that. Would have been awesome. Retro Fiend agrees.
So they rewrote it as Teen Witch. Are we talking about the Teen Witch with Robin Lively?
Of course, we're talking about the Teen Witch with Robin Lively. Is there another Teen Witch?
Wait, so I'm not mad at that. I'll be honest.
I just don't understand why we can't have both. We can eat both.
I just love that statement that Mickey just said. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying.
When I first read that Alyssa Milano was going to be a female teen wolf or whatever, my question was, how does that work? Is she going to be completely covered in hair? Are they just going to do her face like a wolf and she be like a sexy? They're going to sex her up because it's the '80s. They're going to make like a Lola
They're going to give her
Bunny
a tail.
werewolf, which is they're going to give her a tail. I mean, they're going to anthropomorphize or whoever that word is for like a female. What are they going to do? It's like, how far are they going to push it? How weird they're going to make it?
And like the whole thing that like these wolves become sex objects too. Like all these dudes are going to be hitting on some like hairy ass shit.
Yeah, it can get very strange very quick.
Whoa,
so I'm just like
you
wondering,
are an animal.
Wow. We did get years later, way later, we got ginger snaps. That didn't work out too good though.
I like ginger snaps.
I like ginger snaps, but I'm just saying, like,
it's not a teen wolf set.
Going after a female werewolf was not exactly in the man's.
I've been instructed by Christian Retro Fiend in the chat to ask Dustin about Jerry Levine, who of course played Stiles, my forefather. What about Jerry Levine, Dustin?
So I think it was around 2000 or so, I was a production assistant. I was a PA on a movie for a weekend called Moose Mating. It never went anywhere. You won't be able to find that out. If you can, send it my way, please. But Jerry Levine was in it. He was starring in it. I worked with him for a weekend. He was pretty funny. He was a little bit aloof. The funny thing was I was so green too. I was just talking to everybody and just going up to whoever and asking them a million questions. And really, you're not supposed to be doing that, especially with the actors. You're not supposed to be talking to them and stuff. And I got pulled aside real quick because I was talking to him, and he was sitting in this back room they were using as a green room with another actor, and I was sitting back there and kind of talking with them. They're like, "Yeah, you can't hang out there back there." I was like, "Why? Aren't we all working on this movie together?" But it's just like I learned that that's totally not what you do and completely unprofessional. But he was cool. He was a little bit strange. I remember him kind of screaming on the phone with just kind of making weird demands, talking about something about Daniel Stern's cousin the whole time. It was a weird shoot. I remember him screaming on the phone, like, "I work with Daniel Stern's cousin," or something like that. And Jerry Levine, if you come across this and you see this, sorry, this is 20 years ago, completely wrong, something like that.
You come across this, you're the man. All right.
Yeah, Jerry, we know you watched, buddy. Come on the show.
Yeah, love you, buddy. But
Jerry Levine, it was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Yeah. It was funny because him and the other actress that were in the scene together, they were kind of off in the room together, and they would have this they had this weird sort of language that they would speak to each other that wasn't. They would say weird things, but they knew what it was like code, and they would say things, and they go, "Oh yeah, okay." And I was just like, "God, this is surreal and kind of strange," but. It was cool. Yeah, it was interesting and made for an interesting shoot. The movie didn't have any permits or anything, so it was a lot of getting moved around and a lot of hustling and getting the shots and stuff like that. But other than that, it was cool. It was cool to work with Stiles for the game. And it's funny because when I first met Stiles here, I always think I was calling Stiles, and always makes me think of hanging out with Stiles for that weekend too. So it's so funny.
OG Stiles.
I mean,
exactly.
A lot of credit goes. He really fucking steals the movie. It should be called Stiles' best friend is a werewolf. Because
I mean, there could easily be a spin-off Stiles, movie or something. Or
I've been trying to get it made for a long time, where you have both Stiles together. You have the great Jerry Levine and the great Stuart Fracken. And a lot of people don't know this, but canonically, they are not playing the same character.
Interesting.
They are actually playing two different members of the Stiles clan.
Really?
Yes. One is
that makes
Rupert.
Sense.
One is Rupert Stilinski, and I can't remember the other one's first name, but it's not Rupert. It's like something else. But they're both their last names actually Stilinski. There is a little reference to that in Teen Wolf too. But of course, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, that's what I remember the most as a kid. At the same store that I got Hawk the Slayer on VHS, I actually got Teen Wolf also, and I refer to it as Teen Wolf also.
Oh, okay.
Teen Wolf also, of course.
No, Teen Wolf also I got, and I remember watching it, and the first thing I had in my 8-year-old mind was, that's not Stiles.
Yeah.
I know that's
Right.
not Stiles.
Chubby was there, but that's not Style.
But Chubby was there. Yeah, Chubby was
Yes.
there.
The great Mark
But-
Holden.
Yeah,
him
Mark
and
Holden. Yes.
and what was the actor who played the father's name? He was on F Troop. Good
In
God.
the
In Teen
Are you
Wolf 1,
talking
and
about,
he
like,
was the
James
uncle.
Hampton?
James Hampton.
Hampton?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Him
Well,
and Mark Holden and James Hampton are the two guys that really hold the bond between films together.
Well, and I thought the
Can I say-
basketball coach and the boxing coach were the same guy too.
Not.
I actually
but
thought
yeah.
that
They're
they.
not.
I actually thought they were, but I was like, oh no, it's not. But they act. I love the boxing coach. Whoever that actor is
Right.
great.
They're
As I-
both actually great actors.
As I know it, the IRS is still going after Bobby Finstock.
it's Bobby Finstock's speech is amazing. Every line he drops is gold. Like, never play cards with the guy who's got the same first name of a city. Don't go near a woman with a tattoo of a dagger on her body, and never get less than 12 hours sleep. You stick to that, everything else is cream cheese. You know, it just
Words
has
to live
like,
by.
and the way he delivers it, you just remember it's such a rhythm. That's so goddamn good. And Mark Holden, obviously amazing as Chubby. A lot of great supporting cast people. I think Lori Griffith was the actress who played
Booth?
the not Booth, the other one, Pamela Wells.
what a
Um,
great name. Who's your
Oh.
best friend? Boof.
Booth.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Even,
a funny-
I love the soundtrack. Even Boof's theme is amazing. I think it's
Oh, the
great.
soundtrack is
Great
perfection.
Great 80s
Oh my
synth.
god.
But I just
The-
love it. It's Boof's theme.
The
Dun,
Big
dun,
Bad
dun,
Wolf
dun,
song?
dun, dun,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
synth
basketball.
stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
So good. So we're
Yeah.
almost at the half-hour mark. We haven't even really talked that much about Teen Wolf 2 yet. So I guess we got to rip into it. It happened because Jason and Justine Bateman's father like somehow bought the rights to make a
Oh,
Teen
wow.
Wolf sequel and made it happen like pretty goddamn cheap. And it was
Kip
another
Bateman,
like
right?
it was it was like a non-studio production with like a studio release, which was kind of like a template. A lot of
And
movies sort of
thank
did that at the
God
time.
that he did. All right.
Yeah.
Because
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say something controversial. I prefer Teen Wolf also over Teen Wolf.
Wow.
Wow.
I said it. I
Whoa.
can't take
Wow.
it back.
I think I'm leaving now.
Wow. This
That's
is the man
fine.
who-
You can all leave and I'll stay here this time. But I know my crowd's out there with me. All right.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't have its charms. Teen Wolf 2 definitely has its
Oh,
charms.
yes, for sure.
It's a great movie, but I mean the OG is just there's a couple things that it doesn't have. Number one, Michael J. Fox, and number two, the OG Jerry Levine Stiles. Those two in itself.
That's fine.
I
and
will
Booth.
say Stuart Fratkin's Styles is actually one of the best parts of Teen Wolf 2, and it's like kind of not even close. Like, he steals the movie effectively as well too.
Yeah.
He's not given as great of dialogue and
Look.
stuff, but what he does with what he has is amazing. And Stuart Fratkin does that every role he's in. He's great in Ski School. He's great in They Came from Outer
Yeah.
Space.
Growing
I don't
Pains.
think
Look,
Oh, God.
I'm just gonna say this, all right? You can have Doritos, all right? But cheesy triangles taste just the same and sometimes is better because you save more money. That's all my response to Teen Wolf also is gonna be, folks.
Okay.
My problem with Teen Wolf 2 is that it just, even as a kid, it just felt like they were recycling the same jokes, the same gags without Michael J. Fox and replacing it in there. And I felt like, there's a Family Ties connection with Justine Bateman and Jason
That's true.
Bateman. I felt like they were trying to kind of, mark it off of that. And I don't know. But other than that, I mean, I enjoyed it too. I just I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. I'm glad that James Hansen came back as Uncle Howard, because for me, his play with Michael J. Fox, like the way the father and son movie aspect of the first one, is what really I love the most about that movie. I mean, the scene where he opens the door and he's standing there as the dad wolf. I mean, that's the funniest thing ever. I mean, oh my God, that's so hilarious. It played so well. Yeah. I'm glad he came back to sort of bring that sort of, that vibe to the second one too.
The only thing I hate
appreciate
about
that.
movies that do it, like the only time is when they have to, for some odd reason, mention the other, like they have to mention Scott for some
Yeah,
odd
they did,
reason.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they always, and I hate movies that do that, where it's like, we
Yeah,
get it.
don't make me wish Michael J. Fox was
Yeah,
here.
like we get
Yeah.
it. Michael J. Fox is not in this.
I remember hating that as a kid too. You
Yeah,
get
it's
like a
like-
pin in your stomach. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm
But
not Scott. Like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, exactly.
But
we
that
know,
does give
dude.
us that does give us an opportunity to make it right when we give our pitches for the third film, and we will get there very shortly. I know it is the half-hour mark, but I do want to say a few more things about the sequel. I think ultimately what really made it fall apart more than anything else, other than kind of like sort of a lazy first draft feel to the script,
Interesting.
was I think boxing. I think boxing was just a huge mistake.
Yeah.
It's cool and it's fun now, and I get it. Like, boxing was popular, and you don't just want to do basketball again, but like,
I just
It's
don't
kinda-
remember like boxing being a thing in college
It wasn't.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
not.
felt
You know what it
lazy.
was? It was cheap.
because
It's-
wrestling would have made more sense.
That's what I thought too.
Sure.
Like it's a cheap.
Yeah.
You know, basically they said we're not going to have a football crowd. We're not going to have a basketball crowd. What's a cheap thing?
oh,
Oh,
boxing ring.
boxing, because it's just in
We
a
rent the
room.
ring for 1 week and shoot all those scenes in a week.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we do it in a
something
high
where
school
they
gym.
can turn the tables to, where the tables can get turned, sort of thing, and make
Yeah.
that play.
But yeah,
I
everything
felt
about
like
that
it would have
movie-
really worked. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
I don't know. You go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, I felt like that movie would have worked better. I mean, it would have worked more successfully if obviously they got Michael J. Fox, but like the next step was for him to go to college. So if it was Michael J. Fox going to college, it's like whatever gag they would have thrown in there as a kid would have worked.
Yeah.
But he obviously didn't want to do that.
It would have made
he
more
was
sense
big.
as far as him getting the scholarship to school for sports.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
story-wise, it would have made more sense for him going to college, but whatever.
That's,
I mean,
you
it
know,
seems like
yeah,
it
I mean,
was
that
worth-
could've-
Was Teen Wolf supposed to be like a little bit more adult though? Did I read that somewhere? It was supposed to be more of a kind of making fun of the I was a teenage werewolf, but making it more like a Porky's, and then it just kind of, when Michael J. Fox came in, they kind of changed it. Am I wrong in that?
I don't know. What I was told, at least by the documentaries on the Blu-ray, was that they were told, if you get Michael J. Fox, we make the movie. If you don't, we don't make the movie.
That's
So
fair.
they had to,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
go to him. So I don't think the movie ever really existed in a greenlit stage without Michael J. Fox attached to it, which makes sense.
Pretty
if
much
you
like
think
Back to
about
the
it.
Future too. So.
No, I mean, this is before Back to the Future. They
Yeah, it
shot
is,
Teen
but,
Wolf before,
I
but they
know,
released
but-
it after, which was smart
Yeah.
on their parts because they knew
That
Back to the
was
Future would be a
smart.
big hit.
Right.
But he was
Yeah.
embarrassed by doing Teen Wolf because when he was doing Teen Wolf, he saw a location crew scouting locations, and he goes, "What are they scouting for?" "Oh, it's this big Spielberg movie called Back to the Future about time traveling." Oof, I wish I was in that. Who's in it? Crispin Glover. And he's like, "Oh, I worked with Crispin Glover." He's like, "That stung." He's like, "And then here I am with like rubber fucking makeup, werewolf makeup on me." And like, Jesus, like, how did Crispin Glover get so far ahead of me? But
It's kind of like
eventually-
when Matthew McConaughey was in Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation,
yeah,
and then he
And
hit big. He hit big with Time to Kill,
And Renee
Yeah.
Zellweger too.
and they literally sued to make sure that movie didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They're-
basically,
Yeah,
yeah, you
it's
gotta
the
like
same
buy
thing.
it back or something.
yeah.
It's crazy. But
I mean,
also,
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're-
I was just gonna say, you gotta throw love to Estee Chandler
Who
from
gives me
two.
Gal Gadot vibes?
Oh, for
if you,
sure.
If you watch, Teen Wolf 2 and really look at her, she reminds me of Gal Gadot, like in the face.
Super cute. Like the big glasses and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I love Boof too. Don't get me wrong. Susan
I
in the
love
City was
Boof.
great as Boof. All the women of Teen Wolf are amazing. But yeah, Estee Chandler just steals my heart every time.
Tippers.
What's Ian throwing up the peace sign, meaning I don't know, like
No,
yes
that's
or
two. That's Teen Wolf also.
Teen Wolf also.
Camp Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf also.
Didn't have to be confused with Ghostbusters too.
Oh wow, there's an interesting flash fact in the chat. And there are people.
Aye, sir.
Maximus Prime is lighting up the chat. He's doing a great job. Says he liked how the girl in Teen Wolf 2 kept calling him a dog. I actually did like that. That was a cute touch. And then he said that flashback, the Teen Wolf 2 lead character Todd Howard did appear in the animated series.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
I watched a little bit of the animated
Oh
series.
my gosh!
Not that
Stop,
bad
I
of a show.
forgot.
I
Oh
like
my
the animated
God.
series. This animated
Not
series
that
is pretty
bad.
good.
I like it
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
I'd
but
watch
I
that over
remember
the
watching
fucking MTV crap any day.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch
Oh.
that.
No disrespect, I didn't watch it. I just couldn't. It just didn't feel right at all. It just felt so wrong.
No. Not
They
at
just
all.
tried. They went for a more serious tone and a teenage kind of drama thing and everything.
Can I just share this?
Yeah.
I was actually in a TV pilot for MTV. Great friends of mine did it. It was all ready to go. You know, we were gonna have these little supporting kind of cop roles, and it got. I believe the truth is it got pushed aside for this. As they said, I think this Teen Wolf thing is going to actually be really good. So they chose Teen Wolf instead of the one that we were doing. So,
Man.
Yeah, those are the breaks.
I gotta say the soundtrack though, speaking of music television, the soundtrack to Teen Wolf 1 and 2 are both piping hot fire.
Two is better. Two is better. The soundtrack
yeah, what
to
does
two
he
is better.
sing in Teen Wolf also?
Do you love
Now
me?
That I Can Dance.
Now that I can
Yes,
dance, yeah.
that's it.
Do you
Yeah.
love
Which is
me?
one of the weirdest moments, and if it's the only moment of the film that felt like it was kind of inspired, oddly enough. Like in the directing of it and the staging of it. It's the only time in the movie where it felt like they had a budget, but I digress because it is probably time for us to start talking about what we would do if we were given the keys to the Teen Wolf franchise. So I put the question out to you guys and as well to everyone in the chat. What would you do if someone gave you a stack of money and said, give me 90 to 120 pages of Teen Wolf 3? What do you do? Do you guys have any hot takes, any must-haves?
For me, I think I go the lazy route, and I do the 3. I want Michael J. Fox and Booth married.
Okay.
They have a son. The son goes to high school. I want high school football because I want him to be the quarterback. I want him to be the quarterback, and I think OG Stiles is still there. OG Stiles has a kid, and his kid is going to school with Scott and Booth's kid. You bring back everybody. You bring back Harold. You bring back.
We can't bring back Harold.
You can't bring Harold.
He's not with us.
Well,
anymore.
you can bring him back in some form. Lewis, bring back Lewis. I don't care. Give me him too.
The great Matt Adler. Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, give me him as well. Like, and you can have a scene where he talks to the kid and says, like, look, man, at first I was afraid of your dad, this and that. So you got to be careful trying to wolf out in front of people and stuff like that. And you have a tender moment right there. But I think I would just go lazy like that. And then you could even have Jason Bateman in there too. He's the uncle. So
to me, having both wolves is a must. That's the absolute must. If you don't have both,
you can have the two Stiles too.
Exactly. That's another must. Fucking, you need both Stiles. I need both Stiles and both Howards, both wolves. And I want Booth and I want to stay Chandler back as well. I'm blanking on her name in Teen Wolf 2, which is bugging me. So I'm just gonna look it up. I want to say it's
Nikki.
Jessica, but Nikki. That's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nikki. Awesome.
So I thought of that the same thing. I thought it would be football, lacrosse, whatever, but like their son.
Lacrosse. Oh my god.
Hey, listen, it's popular.
You go soccer too. Soccer.
You go soccer. But the interesting part, though, and again, part of it is I'm a teacher, so I kind of get the vibe of what would need to happen. And I think the interesting thing is in a post woke reality of bullying, of social media, or any of that stuff, you would have to have some identity process through this for Teen Wolf 3. And it has to be 3. It's the number 3. I will accept nothing less.
No Roman numerals this time.
No Roman numerals. It's Teen Wolf 3. It just makes
agree.
sense. But the interesting part is, would he be an outcast as a wolf? And I don't think so. I think the actual way that it would be written today is that they would actually be more celebrated, and it's a whole kind of celebrating the fact that you're a wolf. And actually it's like would the whole team start to like want to be wolves and stuff like that? You know,
You can go reverse.
Well, that's. Wait, go ahead. With
you can go reverse in it. Like he basically he becomes a wolf before he goes to school or high school, whatever the case may be, and he like basically does most of his high school career as the wolf, and then he decides like I just don't, I'm getting all this popularity because I'm the wolf, and I just want to see how it would be if I'm normal, and then that's when he starts to get the outcast kind of thing, kind of how Scott got it.
See, I think it'd be the opposite. I think if the whole thing of like the whole movie is like trying to hide the fact that he's a wolf.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, be who you are. Boom. On the lacrosse field, it is a wolf, and they are proud that it's a wolf, and it is like rocket out. I think that's how you'd have to Teen Wolf in 2021.
Bringing lacrosse back.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I think we're missing an opportunity here, and Alex Bonafonte may have just hit it on the head in the chat when he says all caps marks followed by an exclamation point, hockey.
Oh, I thought hockey too.
Would work so well, and for a number of reasons. One, the cheapness of under the pads. You don't need to see that much, of the wolf wear. Like, the other thing about boxing is people don't normally box with shirts on, but it's another excuse to have less wolf, costume or whatever. You only need to have
they
like
did.
I
thought about hockey.
I never thought of that.
I thought about hockey, but I wanted to bring it back to high school.
You barely need to have any makeup at all. You have like literally this much of the face is shown, and you could have some little tufts of fur coming out at like the sleeves or something, you know what I mean? It would be great. Hockey would be fantastic, and the enforcer qualities of it. I am sold. Alex Bonafonte, well played, sir. Well freaking played. And something else, Michael J. Fox is from Canada, and if you want to try and get him back on board, like, hey, your hockey, you and Jason Bateman are both coaching the team, that would be great.
He'd be coaching the Mighty Ducks.
No, let's not get like
Oh, you got to have Scott versus what was his name? I'm sorry, everybody's gonna rip me for it. What was Jason Bateman's name?
Todd Howard.
It was Todd, yeah. You got to have Scott versus Todd. Like, they would be the team coaches.
Oh, you think so?
You can't have them.
Yeah, that'd be great. There's been a family feud and everything. But again, that's how you get, they're not going to just show up and be like, oh, hey, look, I'm Jason Bateman. Ozarks is, on season 4. Like, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You got to give him a reason to be there,
That's true.
I mean, the reason is that, he's got to help out family because it's family.
Family.
It's interesting. Now, I had like a time travel sequel in my mind. Like in my mind, the perfect Teen Wolf sequel came out in like 88, and it had Michael J. Fox and Jason Bateman both as young wolves, but I would have had Harold Howard die much younger and have him like leave the hardware store to them. But now it's in New York. He moved the store to New York City, so you have to have literally, as our thumbnail says,
New York City.
New York City. Salsa.
Wolves in New York.
Yeah, you got to have the wolves.
Wolf
in
of
New York.
Wall Street.
Yeah, that's right. Why not? It would be amazing, and it's
Scott and Todd are smoking coke and doing all this. On a
Bright Lights Big City with wolves. It would be awesome. Yeah, they're Bolivian marching powder, and Kiefer Sutherland is their dealer. It would be great.
I just don't think you'd have to change. You'd have to change, but you would have it done in 88, right? The year would be 88.
I would think, because 87 was when Teen Wolf 2 came out, so you can't do it the same year. You got to like fix the franchise the next year. Or, I mean, I guess 89, but that would never fucking happen because that's the same year Back to the Future 2 came out.
Oh, but how cool would that title be? Teen Wolf 89. Come on, that's a cool title. They got that Batman 89 coming out, so that
is a cool title.
That is pretty decent. But I mean, Batman 89 wasn't called Batman 89 back then. It was just called Batman.
Batman.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I realized that. Jeez,
I just feel like that's an interesting thing. Oh,
in case all of you were confused out there,
why did they change the name of that? So in the chat, Maximus Prime says he's pitching Teen Wolf versus Fright Night. damn if that wouldn't be a fucking fun movie, right?
That's cool. That'd be
That
cool.
would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
Charlie
also thought like
Brewster.
they
Cool,
missed.
Scott.
I also think they missed the boat too. He could have been like, why not like a Teen Wolf and Monster Squad? But he was actually one of the Monster Squad too.
Oh, that would be fun. Now we're just
That
having
would be
like we're
fun.
crazy. Now we're just like Last Action
Yeah.
Hero movie ticket. Like
Yeah, we're
just-
basically making the Expendables of the werewolf movies. It's like David Naughton
Right,
shows
right.
up. All these
that would be great though. Seriously, what a great touch if you had all these werewolf cameos. Like Benicio del Toro plays a part. You know,
And they're all in
Robert
Underworld.
Ricardo.
They're all
John
in
Grease. You
Underworld
gotta
together.
get John Grease in there. Oh my God, John Grease or John Grise, whatever how you say his name. One of the greatest
Rise of the
fucking actors.
Lichens.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Get as many of them in there as
That's too
possible.
funny.
That would be
too funny.
awesome. Oh my God.
I was thinking, what if they did something like Michael J. You bring everybody back, like you were saying. You get J. Fox, you get Bateman, and then what if they had kids early, like Booth and Michael J. Fox had kids early, like in their 20s, and their kids are old enough now to have grandkids who are about 14. You can maybe you make Michael J. Fox and Bateman a little bit older to make them grandparents. But I'm thinking, what if you do a play on something where they thought the kids were going to have it, but they don't, because it skips a generation, and it's actually the grandkids that get it. And you could do something like a 14-year-old freshman
good.
going into
that's
into high school, and actually have them like be young, because if you watch the first one, they're so old. Like when they're supposed to be in high school, they're all like in their mid-20s.
Yeah, Mark Holton was like 35 or something.
Right.
Well, they also missed the
like,
boat on that.
But
You're
the
right.
only
They
thing
missed the boat on that, making them younger.
The only thing I would hate about this, though, is if you have, honestly, and let's be realistic about this. All right, let's turn on our realism. If
Let's
you
do that.
had this sequel and you did it that way, if you got Michael J. Fox, what's going to happen is it's going to be a freaking Emilio Estevez D3 something, where it's like you're in it for 5 seconds, but we put him on the poster crap.
No,
he
that's not what we're
He has to be in it. Yeah, he would have to be in it.
Saying.
Him
That's
and
what
Bateman
I don't
would have to be.
want.
Yeah.
See, I think
Agreed.
you would have to do something where the kids don't know that they're werewolves, because they didn't have to tell them, because they never turned into werewolves. So maybe you could do something that they were able to keep it away from them. And then once their kids turn into werewolves, they find out their parents are werewolves and their grandparents are werewolves, and you can go that way with it too. And that keeps them in the movie consistently, having to show them the ropes or whatever. And you can move it to Canada and have them play hockey up there, and throw in that too.
And like Michael J. Fox would take the role of Harold basically, and Jason Bateman would kind of
another Harold, or like the teacher from what was the teacher from 2? Famous actress in
True
Kim Darby.
True Grit.
Kim Darby,
thank you.
Yeah.
Kim Darby.
Yes, Kim Darby, which was again, the real reveal of Teen Wolf 2 is that female werewolves have tails, which I still can't wrap my head around. I think that's so strange.
That's a fox, but we'll let it slide.
Oh, screw you, Mickey.
She's a werefox? Is that what you're really saying here? Kim Darby plays the werefox?
I'm just saying. I mean, like, well, wolves have tails too. But.
It's really a fox, nerd.
But no, I'm just saying. When they revealed her tail, I'm sitting there going like, "That's not a wolf. That's a fox." But
I really want 10-year-old Mickey to really be yelling at that box TV and throwing popcorn like, "That's a fox, sir."
The current age Mickey does that, so you don't even have to.
It's pretty true.
You have to wait for that.
Mickey,
some interesting talk in the chat. Somehow there is a sidebar going of 80s Expendables somehow having Pee Wee, Marty McFly, Maverick, and Michael Dudikoff, and Sho Kazuki and Carl Weathers. I'm all for that.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but I'll have yes, please.
Yeah, I don't know how much it takes to overdose on that, but I'm gonna find out.
I want Dudikoff in like everything. Like not even a role. I just want him to like walk in like that John Travolta thing you can kind of put in. So like
Dudikoff. Yeah, if they made
pop into Dudikoff.
If they made Teen Wolf 3 in like 88, 89, Dudikoff would have been such a fucking fire ass villain. Like,
Oh,
he
with the
would've been
blonde hair
great.
mullet going
Yeah,
on.
the blonde haired dick, you know.
But the thing is
Would've
also like you can have like, if you were doing this Teen Wolf and nowadays, like, basically like, the kid could be in MMA and doing all sorts of martial arts and stuff like that.
Teen Wolf.
What if he was a chess master?
That's
I'd
interesting,
rather
actually.
Teen
What
Wolf
was it?
as well.
the chess master.
The chess master, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Like
Teen
the-
Wolf playing chess.
Teen Wolf,
Yeah,
Bobby
like-
Fischer.
Genius.
It doesn't always have to be physical with your body. It could be, he could be, then he has to learn how to, be good without changing into the wolf to become an excellent chess master.
Oh man, I just also want like a mix of like Teen Wolf and the Wizard. Like I want a glove. Like I want a wolf glove.
Man.
Now you're making me want to split the difference, right? Like chess is great, but it's probably a little too much. So like go beach
Said nobody
volleyball.
ever. Like what?
Beach volleyball.
No, chess is like too much if not enough. You know what I mean?
It's too
So-
boring. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So beach volleyball, it's like
Beach
just as
volleyball.
ridiculous as chess, but like you actually could get some fun movie moments there.
Nobody
And I
wants
just
to
want-
see a wolf. Nobody
Right.
wants to see a wolf in a speedo, dude. Like nobody.
Oh, but a wolf in short shorts?
Wolf in
Everyone wants-
shorts, you
That's
thought.
that's what the brand is. The brand
This
is
so
wolf
true.
in like Umbros. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
They should have done more like best in show competition, like in Teen Wolf 2, where Bateman catches the frisbee, because that was honestly the best thing about that movie.
Yes.
Oh, how about if they
Jumps
did like
up
a
and catches
Teen
the frisbee
Wolf,
like a dog.
Teen Wolf family reunion?
I thought that would be interesting.
Or they basically that's how they
Oh, yeah.
get together and then they learn about the kids the kids learn about basically who they are.
And the ones that crashed the family reunion, of course, are the foxes.
Or it could be
So,
there's a
like-
rival family of wolves, and there's a spirit of competition between the two of them, and whoever wins the Apache
Bateman
relay.
versus Fox. Come on.
That's
telling you,
why-
the
yeah,
magic
that's
like
is
you were
in the
saying, yeah. Or
Wanna watch a
introduce something else.
beanbag war?
I feel like you have to make Bateman the villain. Honestly, Bateman's a much
Bateman's
people like
the
Michael
villain.
J. Fox way too much to have him be the villain. It has to be Bateman.
Yeah.
He'd be really
Yeah.
good as the villain. He'd be really like great as being kind of smarmy and like whatever.
You would.
I think that would pretty much write itself. So I say we're done. We finished 9 minutes early. We're good to go. Let's get out.
We're just gonna sit here in silence, folks. We've done our job.
We've just done it. We've
What
just
if-
nailed it.
What if they did a prequel?
You know what
Ooh,
the
To,
genius
like
of
you,
that
you
is, though?
get the
I'll think
dads,
about
you get the
that.
dads and the principal story. What if you do a prequel like that?
and the
I'm
mother.
down for that too.
And we never
get
found
to
out about
see
the
him
mother.
pee his
Yeah, and the
pants.
mom. You see
Oh.
all that. There's a lot of backstory that
We never
you
found
should do
out.
that.
Like, did they
Instead of
ever
Teen
say
Wolf
what happened
3,
to the
it's Teen
mom?
Wolf Pre.
They don't. They don't say
Oh,
anything.
style. Oh, look at that, man. This is a think tank now, man. I'm feeling
Oh,
it.
you know what is one of the
Teen
weirdest things
Wolf
about
3.
Teen Wolf though? And the writer even says he hates this because he wanted to change it and never got around to it. But when Mick in Teen Wolf 1 says, your mom used to steal chickens out of the backyard
Yeah.
until I blew her head off with a shotgun, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah.
like, people asked me and they wrote to me like, did Mick murder fucking Scott's mom? Like, what's the deal with that? Like, no, he just basically wanted to say like, your mom's dead, but I, for some reason, wrote it like that. I don't know. I imagine there was some
Yeah.
cocaine involved because that seems like a cocaine line,
Sure.
But you
gotta
could
do
totally,
that.
you could totally have that. Yeah, like maybe like a family member,
Make it canon now.
a family member of Nick's, killed the mom.
That would be
Man.
very heavy. I don't know if I want to
That
get into all that murder and.
But I'm just
This and
saying,
that.
I'm just saying, like
I don't even think she was really a wolf, either.
I don't know. No, he did allude to it. Harold did allude to it that you and your mother and I got through it.
He was a
Yeah, got through
centaur.
him being a wolf.
No, but I don't know. I think he kind of alluded. Well, I guess no.
Well,
maybe
okay,
the
maybe
mother,
there's enough there because we're interested in it, So maybe there's enough there for
the
people
mother was
as well.
probably not a wolf. The mother,
She should-
because- yeah.
But if you're gonna do a prequel, she shouldn't be a wolf. Like it's a whole like, do you fall in love with
Yeah.
somebody who's weird? That's perfect for today. I actually think
Right.
that's a good idea.
well,
like,
if you're,
that's
if
She
you're
what
could have
doing
been a
kind of like,
centaur, and his dad had to leave her in the forest. That's why he couldn't bring her home.
if you're doing any kind of like werewolf lore, he could turn her.
Oh my god, no, at the end, she's a freaking vampire.
You bring in other supernatural stuff.
Yeah, why not? We gotta make this fun.
Why
That's
not?
what I want.
Yeah.
She turns, it's like he pees his pants and he's like, I'm gonna kill this, wolf thing, right? Like I'm gonna do all
Did you
this stuff.
feel like in Teen Wolf 2 that John Astin's character was kind of like a vampire? I thought like he was like, I felt like he was evil.
He's great. He's almost like a B movie Dracula. You know,
He really
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Well, I felt like in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie where they have the basketball scene where he turns into the vampire, I was like, this feels very Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
So you could do a thing where
yeah.
it's vampires versus werewolves or something on the team, or they got one vampire on the other team and a werewolf on the other. And
I would not be mad at all at like Buffy, Bateman, and Fox slaying the shit out of vampires together.
Oh my God.
That would just be so much fun.
Oh.
Their schools even wore the same colors, yellow and blue. It just works.
Right, yeah.
Sunnydale.
Maximus Prime says a werewolf hockey player is already a great start to any werewolf movie. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. I think in the family triathlon aspect of it, you get all the sports. You get basketball again, you get hockey again, or for the first time, whatever. You could have a little soccer, a little lacrosse, you could have some silly shit, some racing, some just steal from every movie. Take the fucking intelligence test from heavyweights or whatever, anything that you think would be funny and entertaining.
I still think
one of the
do
cool
hockey
things
with
about
the prequel idea. I think that's actually a cool idea. I think
Yeah.
the prequel with hockey, and it's the story of the dad and the principal. You totally loop that circle.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That's pretty solid.
And again, like you said, we finally find the reveal of the mother, and how she died too, maybe.
Or maybe she's Bigfoot. I don't know. That's a stretch, but I'm just saying. Like
she's a fucking Sasquatch. All right.
She's a
she's a Sasquatch, man.
Legend of the Sasquatch. I know
She's
it's
a cannibal.
Yeah. That's so that I want to see that movie. I don't care.
Right?
People want to give Jeff Bezos shit for flying to the moon. If I had his money, I would do that, Ian. So
that's what I'm just saying. Like, Teen Wolf as well.
What wouldn't I do with that money?
Wait a minute.
I'd bring back
one thing I need, because you don't have Harold anymore. I need like Harold's brother, right? Their other uncle. This could be Scott's dad, right? Or excuse me, Todd's dad. And he's just like a senile old werewolf, and they got to take care of him.
Todd's parents aren't werewolves.
They did say that. That is true.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Then it's Harold's other fucking brother.
His grandpa.
It's
his brother.
Harold's other brother. Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yeah.
They just didn't mention him. Hello.
But I just need like a werewolf that's senile and losing his mind, because we've seen like the like 50-year-old werewolf. I need to see like the 90-year-old werewolf now. It would be amazing.
Yeah, totally.
Only, can I honestly say, only if Rip Torn was still around. That's the werewolf I want.
Yeah.
I want Rip Torn
That would be great.
as a werewolf.
That would be
My
so
God,
good.
I got this.
I want
Harry!
Jason Robards as a werewolf, and then you
Leslie
totally
Nielsen would have
blew
been an
that.
awesome werewolf too.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yeah,
Leslie
Leslie
Nielsen
would've been
all
great.
gray and everything. Oh.
Get
No,
OJ Simpson,
Ian-
damn it.
yeah, there you go. God, my mind went blanking. But your favorite character actor, the big guy with the beard, is always a dad. Richard Mazer. Now that's a world I can see him as a.
Mazer.
Come on.
Oh,
Come
he could
on
be
now.
Yeah. He would be great.
I don't care. Listen, I could
yeah.
watch Richard Mazer drinking milk for an hour and a half. I don't care. Like that's, give him an Oscar for it. I don't care. Like that's what I want.
And Alex Bonafonte makes a good point, in the chat, still has to be comedic with heart, but a teen comedy nonetheless. So you throw in some teen romance in there, of course, and that's where I think the vampire angle could come in really well and make it interesting.
But then, like you do realize that we're just writing a comedy of Underworld.
No.
Because
Right. Teen Wolf, Underworld wrote a serious Teen Wolf with vampires. That's the fucking facts, my
vampire
friend.
falls in love with a
What we
werewolf.
are doing though is making a better version of Twilight. but that's
Right. I mean, True Blood did the same thing, and that was what was interesting about True Blood was you didn't know what the fuck was going to be in the show.
That's why you bring
that's
Sasquatch.
Fucking Frankenstein and Wolfman got together with Dracula long before any of us were even born. So
either way, I'm all on board.
Here.
I'm all on board because I really got to see Michael J. Fox in a movie again. Like
I want him and Bateman together.
Him and Bateman together.
Magic. Magic. Absolute magic. Well, that just about does it. Oh, except for, of course, Alex Bonafonte's female Sasquatch with Harry and the Hendersons crossing over with Teen Wolf Pitch. But now that pretty much officially puts a stake in this bad boy. So before we wrap it up, of course, Dustin, what's going on at Retro Fiend Radio? What do you guys have coming up in the works? Tell the people about.
We got more crew stories coming in the pipes for everyone. More stuff with Brian Trenchard Smith coming. We got more tons of Sam Furstenberg and Stephen Lambert stuff coming.
Turkey Shoot for Life.
Turkey Shoot for Life, yeah. BTS stuff, Brian Trenchard Smith stuff. That'll be a lot of fun when that comes out. Like I said, more crew stories. So anybody, please check out our YouTube page, Retro Fiend Radio. Find us on Facebook too, and all cool things docs, all old school retro pop culture canon stuff that everyone's into. So definitely. I appreciate everything you guys do. It's always a blast here, man.
Cool.
Oh man, well, we are all such big Retro Fiend fans.
Is a blast. Look at those.
yeah, as I say, it's always worth to have you on the show just to see those gorgeous posters again.
I actually have something to pitch or to say that I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mickey. Well, by all means.
I actually have something next Thursday for any Kiss fans out there, 80s, 70s, whatever. I'm going to be doing a special podcast with some friends. It's Fresh Roasted Metal. It'll be on probably around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Their YouTube channel is called Brutality Films LLC, so it'll probably be on that. So if you want to talk all things Kiss, if you're a fan, come on.
Awesome.
Oh,
epic, definitely look forward to that. Ian, anything going on in your circle of the world? Any Werewolf Lacrosse matches in your future?
No, not right now. I mean, just more locally, if you're in the Middletown, Delaware area, on October 22nd and 23rd, come to our expo, which is our evening of Edgar Allan Poe fall play production, which is
awesome.
Why I was running late. I was building sets tonight, so do come and enjoy that if you're in the area. It should be
the Poe Down Hoedown. That sounds like a blast.
You're amazing.
Well, so that does it pretty much for us. I do want to let you fandom fans know that you might want to tune into tomorrow night's What If panel at 9 p.m. Of course, Tuesday's Walking Dead Reactor panel featuring our very own governor, aka Captain Kyle. And of course, we want you to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. as we take our VCRs over to Elm Street so Freddy Krueger can kick off 4 weeks of horror on VCR Redux.
Oh, yes.
As always, if there's a particular movie or TV franchise that you want us to cover on a future episode, let us know in the comment section on YouTube. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow Retro Fiend Radio, Fandom Spotlight, Rick Barth and the Line, Howl 9 Network, and Pop Culture Punk. Till then, back up those Betamax, rewind those Laserdiscs, and we'll see you at the movies.